We're back here on Madden 26 here for another rebuild, and today we're going to be rebuilding the San Francisco 49ers. Our first two rebuilds on Madden 27 have involved a rebuilding team and a playoff hopeful. Today I wanted to see how easy it would be with the whole new changes to rebuild a team that is kind of a contender in a way. So let's go ahead and jump in and rebuild the 49ers in Madden 27. Before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell me about 83% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed, and you do fall in that, want to change that, that would be greatly appreciated. So I feel as if I've established that playbooks really do not matter. It's all about how good your team is with every position. It felt like anyway. The first two videos really did feel that way. So I wanted to see how easy it would be to rebuild a team right now that's good like the 49ers. So here we are doing that. So let's take a look at this Niners lineup, of course, going in. So you have Brock Purdy at QB, Christian McCaffrey, of course, new addition in Mike Evans, George Kittle still here. Offensive line, you got Trent Williams, Colton McKivitz, Jake Brendel, Pooney, Ricky Pearsall, as we all know, is unfortunately going to be out more than likely for this season. Oh, Ayuk still on the team. That's actually pretty funny. Obviously, he still technically is on the Niners, but we all know that he probably won't be playing whatsoever, so let's just go ahead and get him out of here. I know the Niners haven't officially released him, but let's go ahead and do that. And then for the defense side of the football, we have Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Lenore. You got obviously Nick Bosa, Romello Height, new addition, Renardo Green, Jair Brown, Malik Mustafa. So yeah, things are looking good over here. So I want to see how easy it would be to make the playoffs with a team like the Niners. I'm sure it would be easy, which is what I would imagine, but so far we've pretty much just been kind of experimenting with Madden 27, so here's another step to that. So I think it's pretty safe to say let's just go ahead and get straight into the regular season, simulate this bad boy, and hopefully we can get the Niners to the playoffs in year one. And who knows, maybe we can get a Super Bowl in year one, because this team has been really close to doing so in the Kyle Shanahan era. Had just not quite gone over that hump, but hopefully this year maybe that changes. So at the end of year number one, my expectations were to make the playoffs, but unfortunately that was not the case. We finished up at 8-9 and missed out on the playoffs. That's pretty disappointing, obviously, for the most part. Let's take a look at the stats, of course, as always. And then someone told me, okay, this is how you find the season awards. That's cool. I guess that shows last year, obviously. We'll have to wait. But that's cool. I'm happy that that's here. I couldn't find it. So shout out to the guy that commented how to find it. So it's just league history now, because I didn't know how to find that before, obviously. But that's for us. Offensively, we were a top 12 offense, which is good, and defensively we were pretty bad. So you had 33-3 from Brock Purdy, really good season from him. 8 touchdowns, 14 yards from CMC. Mike Evans had a good season. Pearsall, even though he's technically out, did play and had a pretty good season as well. George Kittle, 900 yards, 200 from Christian McCaffrey, and 200 from the rookie and Stribling, and then 166 from Jake Tonjes. Defensively, sacks-wise, 14.5 from Nick Bosa, 7.5 from Melo Height, and then 6 from Dre Greenlaw, 5.5 from Osa Adigizua. Interceptions, you had 2 from Lenore, 1 from Dre Greenlaw, 1 from Warner, 1 from Renardo Green, and 1 from Jair Brown. But okay, let's go ahead and get into the offseason, because clearly this team has some work to get done. But we will make sure to, add some couple pieces. I think this team will be just fine. It is unfortunately missed in year one, but it is a tough division, as we all know, so maybe that's part of it, but we'll see what we can do in the offseason. So funny enough, the Seahawks and the Patriots met up in the Super Bowl again, and I think Mike Evans may have retired on us because he has completely disappeared. So that's unfortunate, because obviously just a really good year, but it does give guys like Stribling a chance to step up this year, so I guess that's good. But let's take a look at the league history. So the Seahawks and the Patriots met up in the Super Bowl again, and the Seahawks beat them again. So Ernest Jones, your Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow MVP, Zach Taylor Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year went to Chris Godwin. D-Boy to Max Crosby, then Carnell Tate and Gabe Jacobs is your Rookies of the Year. Patriots Defensive Rookie, and then obviously Titans the Offensive Rookie of the Year with Carnell Tate. So that's all great, but obviously we have a huge offseason ahead of us. We have free agency prep coming, so let's see what we can do here. So let's see if there's any players I can talk to. So we have Ken 49ers is frustrated with the way this season going, wants to discuss the direction of the team. Interesting. Pooney be the next big deal. McCaffrey believe in this team. So we got some issues here early on, which is definitely something to keep in mind. But let's go ahead and take a look. So Christian McCaffrey, Pooney, and Nick Bosa all want to have a conversation. So I guess let's start with Mr. Christian McCaffrey himself and see what he says. So okay, so this is different. I've not had to deal with this yet. So improve the team to an 80. So if I don't meet these goals, then what does he want to leave after that? I guess I'll set the bare minimum. We're definitely going to try to improve here. So there we go. Commit to an 85 plus team overall. I feel like that's something we could definitely pull off, but we'll see. Okay, so Chris McCaffrey. Pooney, I think, wants a contract, which he is our best offensive lineman. So, or I guess Trent Williams was, but wait, Trent Williams still playing? He may have retired too. He did. So yeah, Trent Williams, even though I don't think he's going to retire, he did retire, unfortunately. So I don't think there's any way I can stop it either. Okay, so let's talk to Dominic Pooney. First security swap plus guaranteed year. Smart structure, we'll do that. And let's see, I've had a good places. Going, the money still needs to line up for me. Reduce salary. I would definitely add a year because it's only a 2-year deal, but we'll see what we do here. Add 2 more years. I'm fine with that. That should give him more money. 94%. I think we're getting somewhere. Raise salary and bonus each, and that should get us there. And boom, we got him. Okay, so Dominic Pooney has signed. All right, now, last but not least, let's talk to Nick Bosa, and then we'll get into free agency. So Nick Bosa, what does he want to say to this? So this is interesting. I haven't had to deal with this yet. Okay, so this is basically the same thing as Chris McCaffrey, I guess. Okay, so I won't show you guys this. I'm just going to promise to better the team, which obviously is my goal anyway. And let's get into free agency and hopefully win some free agency battles because we're not a rebuilding team, so it should make things easier, I think. Before we get into free agency really quickly, I just want to establish that George Kittle, Mike Evans, and Trent Williams, and Juszczyk all retired. That's actually a lot of lost talent, I'm not going to lie. So I guess getting this team to an 85 overall is going to be a little bit harder than I thought because that's a lot of guys that are pushing our overall up, and now they're completely gone. So I just wanted to establish that, and I don't think there's any way for me to stop that. So that's kind of annoying because I don't think any of these guys are retiring, but I don't know. I don't know what I could have done other than making them younger, which you could do in previous Maddens. I don't know if there was any way for me to stop that, but yeah, I just wanted to establish that all those guys are gone. So that's really annoying. So I actually didn't have a ton of money to work with. The only guy we did get was Rasheed Walker to replace Trent Williams. There wasn't any good tight ends, so we get our left tackle situation problem addressed in free agency. So now we have, I guess, Lenore's contract becoming a problem. So go to contract restructure. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this as well. Now we're going to turn down a check, convert. Okay, we could. Okay, I guess that would open up some money. This is different. That's cool. I haven't had to deal with this yet. I guess we could go ahead and do that potentially. I'm going to make some moves, look forward. Okay, so we'll see what he does with that. Anyway, yeah, this free agency period is not all that great. I mean, we could go for like Grover Stewart, but I mean, 33, I don't think it's really worth it. So we're going to have to really hit in the draft, unfortunately. So at least we replaced Trent Williams. Like, that's nice and all. It's not like we could maybe move Rasheed Walker inside if we get a left tackle in the draft, because we still need to draft an offensive lineman and a tight end. Those are the 2 positions I'm going to focus the most because I do feel as if we are feeling pretty okay everywhere else. It's like just fine enough to get by. Let's see what I don't know if he, okay, never mind, nothing there. Okay, let's just head to the draft because free agency is pretty much dead. There's not much here to like. So not a great free agency period, unfortunately. So hopefully we can have ourselves a good draft. I'm going to go ahead and take a left guard here with the 13th pick in Drew Evans and hope that this pick works out because we do need to improve the offensive line. So hopefully Drew Evans is going to be good enough. And there he is, 4 in true value, got him at 13. So that is a good start to this draft. And we definitely needed that because, yeah, we lost a lot of talent. So that is a good start. Drew Evans, welcome to the Niners. So I think in the second round, we're going to be taking Ahmad Hardy. I don't know if we're going to lose CMC here eventually. Obviously, he's older as well, and Ahmad Hardy seems like a decent replacement if things go awry there. So 80 in true value, got him at 45. He is hidden dev, though, with 94 speed, so I do like that pick quite a bit. And I'm planning on taking a tight end in round 3 because there was quite a few that I did like, but we'll have to see if any of them make sense for us. But yeah, that's what I was looking at. Matt Rose still on the board. I was looking at him as well, but tight end. So yeah, a lot of them have gone off the board now, but I did see like Luke Haas and Terrence Carter Jr. So those are 2 guys I had in mind, and we're going to go ahead and take Terrence Carter Jr. here with this pick. He has great speed, great grades all around, and hopefully he could just be okay. I'm not expecting to be George Kittle, obviously, but third in true value, got him at 77. So actually a slam dunk pick for a position of need in the worst way possible. So welcome to the Niners, Terrence Carter Jr. And now we can go ahead and get to the end of this thing. And I think all things considered, it was a decent offseason. Unfortunately, losing that many guys was really unfortunate, but we should still be in the mix to potentially hopefully make the playoffs. So all in all, I think this draft went fairly well. We did not boost our team to an 85 overall, so that was a failure, and hopefully, I don't know what that's going to mean. Maybe CMC and Nick Bosa both requested trade because of it. I have no idea. But anyway, Brock Purdy, of course, under center. Chris McCaffrey, Pearsall, Debo still here. So the AI must have re-signed him because I didn't re-sign him. Anyway, Rasheed Walker, but I'm not mad at it. You know, we need a third wide receiver, and Debo still here. Drew Evans, we have another guard on the bench as well. Brendel, Pooney, McKivitz, Terrence Carter, 75 overall, which is awesome. And then defensively, not much has changed over here. Obviously, Osa Digizua wants to talk, I think, about like restructuring his contract. I'm gonna leave that the way it is for now. So hopefully this year goes much better compared to last year. Last year we were obviously really disappointing, but we'll hope and pray that this year we can actually, you know, make it to the playoffs. We did not do that last year at all. 8-9. I think this year we, you know, lost talent, improved maybe a little bit. We'll have to see. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I think it's a possibility we get to the playoffs. It should be anyway. It's in the cards, but we'll see what happens at the end of year 2. So once again, at the end of this season, we actually lose one less, or we win one less game than last year, finishing up at 7-10 and miss the playoffs again. So we are definitely struggling to get in there, which is disappointing to say the least. Let's take a look at the stats. So offensively, 18th in the NFL. Brock Purdy only had 18 touchdowns this year compared to the 33 last year. So pretty disappointing there. He had 18-4, so it feels like, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, McCaffrey with 1,400 yards and 18 touchdowns, so he's still playing really well. Pearsall, Stribling were both good. Carter was really good at his rookie season, so I feel as if he definitely filled the void of George Kittle as much as he could. And then here were your sacks: 9 from Bosa, 8.5 from Warner, 8 from Melo Height, 7.5 from Grace Halton. But yeah, unfortunately, we just have not been able to make the playoffs with this team, which I was saying, like, hey, you're playing with a contending team. It feels like this could be easier, but so far that has not been the case for us anyway. So I guess let's just go ahead and get into the offseason, because once again, another disappointing season under our belt. So that's really unfortunate, and we got to make sure year 3 we finally turn this thing around, because 8-9, 7-10, like, we're right there, but can never quite get there, which is really unfortunate and disappointing. So we'll see who won the Super Bowl and all that, and then we'll see how much cap and all that we have to work with. Apparently we have negative $48 million, so that's fantastic. That's going to be, you know, yeah, we're going to have so much fun trying to build this roster up with that. Okay, so let's take a look at the, not that, we want to look at league history. So the Bills and the Falcons might have the Super Bowl. Maxwell Hairston wins Super Bowl MVP. Sam Darnold, MVP. Harbaugh, Coach of the Year. Quentin Johnston, Offensive Player, which is crazy. Myles Garrett, Depoy in Los Angeles. Cam Coleman and Drake Bowen are your Rookies of the Year. So, yeah, with us having negative 48 million, that's not good. Now, I don't know which one it is. Like, I don't know why Madden, like, why does this say negative 32 and then this is negative 48? I don't get that. I really wish they were correlated, and I don't know which one's the correct one, unless I'm just an idiot missing something. But yeah, that's kind of annoying that it's like that. Anyway, I've noticed that because I'm like, oh, I don't have that much cap space, and I'm like, oh, yes, you do. You do have, I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyway, we have 5th-year option on Williams. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick it up, and then we got, oh, well, push money for future years for Fred Warner. Brock Purdy restructure. I thought I restructured you guys. Okay, so right now, franchise tag for Renardo Green. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so we literally have no money, and we're talking about restructure. Well, I guess I don't like, you know, I'm not going to restructure contracts through the you know, conversations anymore, because I think I just put myself in a hole when I was doing that. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to trying to find it as I'm talking, but team salaries, that's what we want. Okay, so we have no money at all, and let's see if there's anywhere we can save. So I think we do have to cut Osa Odigizua. I think that's pretty obvious, although we could trade him, but I don't think we'd get much for him anyway. So I'm just gonna release him to save that 17 million. We're gonna need it. And then as far as like Fred Warner's concerned, he's got 2 years left. Whoops, that's, oh, I guess I can't just restructure. I have to talk to him about it. Interesting. Or no, I clicked speak with player. Never mind. So restructure and free up 9 million. 2020 estimate cap space remaining 28 after restructure, negative 5.8. I mean, I don't know, man. This is interesting. I don't know how we get better without doing it though, because we have no money other than the draft. That's gonna be it. So I mean, there's really not, if we restructure Brock Purdy as well, frees up 16 million, gives us $1 million to work with. Doesn't really do much for us. Nick Bosa, obviously, we could trade him, but that's not going to save us any money at all. So there's really no need to do that. And it looks like he's probably getting tired of missing the playoffs, which makes sense. And so is McCaffrey. So we got to get that fixed. I guess we restructure both of them and hope we can get like one good player in free agency. That's the only thing I can think of. So let's do that. And we have $10 million now, which is not a lot. But as far as Ronaldo Green's concerned, I don't think we can keep him. So let's just go ahead and we already did that. So delegated. And then I wish if you did it, it would just go away, but whatever. Okay, so and then we'll hold off. You handle later. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's just get into free agency and we'll see if we can sign at least one guy. We'll have like 10 million, it looks like. Pearsall's a free agency, or I'll handle it. Or is he a free agent right now? Or has he got a year left in his deal? McKivitz, Calder, and Samuel. I mean, Samuel, I think we're probably... I don't know. Let me get back to you. There's so much going on here. Okay, so there was a lot that's happened, but I am sending a trade over to the Buccaneers to get Jacob Parrish because I felt we needed to upgrade our corner room with Ronaldo Green walking, and I tried to talk to him, but yeah, it didn't really go well. And so I just shifted my attention to a trade. So we trade our second to get a corner, and now he's looking for a long-term deal, which I'll just delegate that for right now. But anyway, we do have one negotiation going on with Brandon Jones, and I think we should get him because we're the only guy in on him. So I assume we'll get him, and hopefully he chooses us, and he does. So we get a corner and a safety, which is something I did want to walk away with in free agency. That was my goal. And then we also made Colton McKivitz retire because I didn't give him enough incentive to stay, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, he retired. We need to draft a center. It looks like we have the 8th pick, so maybe in the 3rd round we go with the center. But the secondary looks a little bit better now with Brandon Jones and then also Parrish now here. So yeah, we are definitely running out of time with this core. So hopefully next year, man, we can sneak into the playoffs. We need to get, there's not a good center free agency either. So yeah, we're not going to get a center free agency. So we're going to head to the draft with the 8th overall pick. We won't necessarily force the center at the 8th pick, obviously, but if there's a good one, we'll take them. Other than that, though, we'll obviously just draft best player available at number 8. So I think I'm going to add another secondary guy, Dom Bishop, to the corner room. He looks like a stud. Hopefully he is. And yes, number 4 in true value, I got him at 8. So Dom Bishop, welcome to the 49ers. Definitely needed your services because we've just obviously not been very good. But we traded our second. So now we are in the 3rd round. And I'm hoping to draft a center that can play somewhere. But we'll see if there's even any centers available that makes sense for us. So not really. Okay, maybe we just draft a guard and move somebody inside then. Like, I don't know, let's see if that exists. Okay, so no, not really. So there's nothing here. Do we trade for a center with a 3rd rounder? Maybe that's the next we need to do because that's the one position we're like really lacking right now. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. As long as I have the capital to do so, I'm gonna trade for a center here. So let's see if the Bengals will give me Ezemo over, I don't know how to say his name, but not really interested after that. What if I give you a 3rd rounder next year as well? We're still not there. Okay, fair enough. What if I gave you my 2nd in next year's draft? Does that move it at all? Okay, so that's not going well so far for him. Con McGovern, 30 years old. They have negative cap room, so we really can't even talk to them. So Froholt, who's 32 years old. I mean, yeah, he'd be a guy that would help us out. Biotish. Creed Humphrey, that's gonna be really hard to pull off. Tyler, that would be hard to pull off as well. John Michael Schmitz, Cooper Beebe, negative cap room. Andrew Brewer, I mean, I would throw this at them, but we can't even afford that. Never mind. Jurgens at center. Eagles have negative cap room. Newsel is 31 years old. I would, I think we can maybe pull this. No, we can't. Never mind. We don't have enough cap room. Okay, so we might just have to play, our guard at center. I don't really know if there's gonna be another way to go about this. There's Cade Mays. I guess this seems kind of rich. What if I give you my 4th instead? I think a 3rd would be kind of crazy. Now, okay, so yeah, we're not getting a center here. We're just gonna have to, take whatever's on the board at this point. So, okay. No offensive lineman options. It's all good. We could take a wide receiver, which could make sense because we do have Ricky Pearsall as a free agent next year. So 113 in true value. Got him at 72. Trey Elias. Only normal dev, but hey, he has 99 speed, so I'll take it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the end of this draft. And hopefully, man, year 3, 3rd time's a charm type thing. We have not made the playoffs yet, which has been really disappointing. So this is how things will look like going into next season. So wide receiver 3 is definitely not in the best position. Cowling's gonna have to play really well. Pearsall, Stribling, Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, Kalen Black, Ahmad Hart. I forgot he's on the step chart as well. Carter, we got another hidden dev tight end, I guess. Rasheed Walker, Pooney. Evans is playing at center. We could move Willis to center, and maybe that would be better because obviously Evans was like a 80 something, I think, and he's obviously down to 75. So let's move this guy to center instead, and we'll just go with that. Maybe that's what I should have done all along. Carver Willis, and then I think that should move Drew or what was his name? Drew Evans, I should say, back to an 85. So that's more ideal, I feel like. Then defensively, Greenlaw, Martin, Jair Brown, Brandon Jones, Parrish, Bishop's an 82 overall, so that should be helpful as well. But yeah, we'll see, man. It's not gone too well. The only thing I can think to do is maybe we could change the schemes up a little bit. So maybe that helps. I don't know. And then, yeah, I don't know. So we can do base 3-4 instead. See if that helps us out at all, because it's not been very great. We'll see. Hopefully. We'll have to find out. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this season. Hopefully we can make some noise this year. Have not done so just yet, but we shall see. So at the end of this season, we actually have made the playoffs. We finished up at 13-4, our best record yet. Maybe moving the schemes around changed and helped a little bit, hopefully, because man, was it rough. But if we take a look at the standings, we did win a division. Rams made it in as well, 13-4. Unfortunately, the Eagles got the first seed at 14-3, so we didn't quite get that. But if we take a look at the stats, offensively, 9th in NFL, so top 10 offense, and then defensively, we were 13th in the NFL. So definitely our best finish on defense by far so far in this video. 24-5 from Brock Purdy. He had 13 yards, 12 touchdowns from McCaffrey. Ricky Pearsall, 11 touchdowns, dribbling with 1,200 yards. And Terrence Carter with 847 and Cowling with 179. Sacks-wise, Nick Bosa continues to play well. 15.5 sacks, 9.5 from Mello Height. 5 from Collins and 5 from Halton. Interceptions, 7 from Parrish. What a season from Jacob Parrish after we just traded a second round to get him. So yeah, feels like that was a great trade. So I'm very happy with that. But we get to go play the Carolina Panthers in Wild Card Weekend. So let's go ahead and jump in and play them. Obviously, we have not played a playoff game yet in this video, so hopefully it goes well when we're in there. So here we are at Levi Stadium with the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a interesting one because this is our first playoff game of the video. So hopefully we could take advantage of this. Interception by Fred Warner to start things off in the first 9 seconds of the game. And we go up 7-0. What a beautiful start. I do wonder who's starting at QB, and somehow we didn't get a score there. I wonder who's starting at QB for the Panthers, but it's 7-3. And maybe it is still Bryce Young, but now it's 6-7. And we are up 14-6. We get another interception from Fred Warner. What a game from him so far. 21-6 lead for us. And now we're up 28-6. It's looking good. As long as we don't blow a massive lead in the second half, we should be getting into the next round. 35-12. And I think it's safe to say that we have absolutely obliterated the Panthers here. 19-38. Technically, they're not quite out of it, but yeah, it's over. So 38-19. Fred Warner with a beautiful game, which is why he's one of the best linebackers in the league. So great stuff. It was Bryce Young starting at QB. So he had obviously 2 interceptions to Fred Warner. Purdy threw 1 in his own right as well. McCaffrey with 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then receiving wise, you did have Pearsall with 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Love to see that. And then the interceptions went to Fred Warner and then J.C. Horn, 2 of the best in the league at their positions, and 1 sack from Trevin Wallace. But okay, let's go ahead and get into the divisional round. Great wildcard round victory, but obviously we got some work to do in the next round as well. And now we have the Green Bay Packers coming to San Francisco. These two teams pretty familiar with each other, it feels like, and the Niners have gotten the best of the Packers in the playoffs for the most part, it seems like. So hopefully that continues here, but we'll see. So we are going to have a 0-0 ball game. Packers do strike first, 7-0. And okay, we get a stop here. That was a big stop to get. We need to respond because I don't think the Packers are going to slow down. Okay, interception for Fred Warner. Continues to have an amazing playoffs. Got to score off it, which we do. That was beautiful. We needed that. Fred Warner, you are awesome. 14-7, and it's going to be 10-14 now. All right. 14-10. Can we come out here and all right, we get a stop here. Can we take the lead at decent field position? 17-10. We'll take it. But the Packers are gonna be right there. But we will score, and we get an interception from Jacob Parrish this time. So the interceptions are going everywhere. Nope, not interception, but 38-13. And fellas, I think it's safe to say that we have not only beat the Panthers, we've also taken down the Packers. And Fred Warner has been playing lights out in these playoff games, getting turnovers for us. And then Parrish, obviously, with the 7 picks and 1 in the playoff game as well. Jordan Love, of course, was the QB under center for Green Bay. And Brock Purdy 4 touchdowns in this one. So Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions. We'll have to see what the third one was too, but 4 and 1 for Brock Purdy. Josh Jacobs had 49 yards. McCaffrey had 49 as well. Matthew Golden with 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dribbling with 78 and 78 from Christian Watson. Defensively, sacks-wise, 1.5 from Parsons, 1.5 from Nick Bosa, 1 from Greenlaw, and 1 from Deontay Wyatt. But the interceptions went to Dre Greenlaw, Edgerrin Cooper, Warner, and Jacob Parrish. So pretty good stuff, but we are headed to the NFC Championship game, which is the place that the Niners have been before and have won it. So let's go do that again. But obviously the biggest thing is in the Shanahan era, we got to go win this Super Bowl. Best part is that we've had home field advantage throughout the playoffs because the first seed got eliminated. So we get to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're coming to town. We obviously got Jacob Parrish off them in the offseason. So let's see how this is going to go, and hopefully we get off to a fast start. And there it is, 7-0. Love that. And hey, interception. You can't make it up. Fred Warner has been everywhere, and we will get a field goal off of it. Would have loved to touchdown instead. But Fred Warner has had an interception every freaking playoff game we've played so far. And 17-7, I can't believe Fred Warner is doing what he's been doing. But don't say it's... Oh, it's Greenlaw this time. He had interception last game, and it's 27-7. But, okay, 27-14. But we score here, 14-35. Brandon Jones this time, new addition. Looks like we threw one right back. So Purdy is good for interception every game as well. But thankfully, our defense has... Oh my gosh. There's so many interceptions. I don't even know. I can't even keep up. 14-30. Fumble recovery. Warner has been everywhere, man. Fred Warner, you freaking stud. Oh my goodness, Fred Warner. You have been amazing. Okay. Let's take a look at the stats now. So Brock Purdy, 3 touchdowns. Baker with 1 touchdown. And there has to be a combined like 5 interceptions at the very least in this game. And there was 8. Oh my gosh, 6 interceptions from Baker Mayfield. Wow. Okay, there was 8 combined picks, which is bizarre and wild. I've never seen that before. 72 yards from McCaffrey with 11 attempts. You had 118 yards from Chris Godwin. He did win an Offensive Player of the Year earlier. And then Jacob Cowan with the touchdown, and Book with the touchdown, Carter with the touchdown, McCaffrey with a touchdown. All right, this is where it's going to be interesting to see. So 1.5 sacks from Griffin, and then 1.5 from Capehart. But the interceptions, you had 2 from Fred Warner, 1 from Brandon Jones, 1 from Stout, 1 from Greenlaw, 1 from Jair Brown, 1 from Zion McCollum, and 1 for Josiah Trotter. 8 interceptions in the playoff game is pretty wild. But okay, we have made it to the Super Bowl. We've done that. Shanahan's done that before as well. Let's go win it while we're in there. We'll see if we can make it happen. A Steelers and Niners Super Bowl is definitely an interesting one. So let's see how this is going to unfold, and I cannot wait. So we start off with possession, and we will go down and get a field goal and an interception from Brandon Jones. Wow, our defense has been just balling, man. They have just been turning over the football like none other. Lenore, another interception. It's actually absurd how many picks we've been getting. I can't, it's almost... Dante Moore's the quarterback for the Steelers, by the way, as we just seen, but it's 10-7. Would like to see more points after we've had 2 interceptions in the first quarter, but hey, we're up 10 right now at the very least. 10-17 though, they are not out of it. And can we hang on here? 20-10. Okay, looking good, and it's 27-10. Guys, I think it's safe to say that we have brought... Oh, hold on. Nope. Yeah, it's safe to say. So 27-17. 49 seconds left in this one. Let me just throw one deep ball for absolutely no reason at all, just to see if I can complete one, because obviously we haven't had a jump in at all, which has been amazing. So let's go to good old verticals, and let's see if I guess I'll probably be looking for Terrence Carter here, but let's see if we like anything else. If not, oh wow, I had no time to get rid of that. Nick Herbig with a sack. Wow. That did not go far at all. All right, well, let's try that again. I got absolutely blitzed immediately. Let's definitely not take a safety, because they could actually... Let's just play it safe. If I accidentally took a safety here, that would be really bad. So instead, they're going to call their second timeout, 3rd and 8. So now I can do something here, because there's no chance unless I just completely run backwards, there's no way I get a safety now. So we should be able to throw something up and have fun with it. All right, let's see if we like anything. Hopefully we can get some time in the pot. That is not, you know what? That was wrong. That's not even where I want to throw it. It was also a fumble, which is interesting. It's safe to say we're not scoring here. So, wait, did I don't know what happened there. Anyway, yeah, that was not good. But hey, we won the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. 3 the hard way. Rare achievement unlocked. Finished the game with at least 300 yards passing and no interception. So Purdy didn't turn over the football either in this one. So that's good. All right, fellas. I will see y'all in the next rebuild. Definitely, this one was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it there at the end. So thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.